What up? What up? What up? All right, we're here with the Comics Lounge. Sorry that this is coming to you so late at night. I know this is a live stream. Um, wasn't planning on coming at you this late at night, but ended up working out that way. Technical difficulties, Wi-Fi went down, ton of different stuff going on. So, we had to work with what we had to work with here. So, and then I finally got logged in and the camera wasn't working. So let's talk about shipping. What are the shipping solutions that you want to know about? And what are the best ways to ship your comics? So when it comes to a slab, it's going to be a lot different than when it comes to a raw book. And that's okay, but you need to know the differences. There are a bunch of different providers out there. Whenever it comes to shipping a slab, if you've got a nice 9.8 slab and you're shipping it out to someone, whether they paid for it or you're just doing a nice little A-OK because they love Lady Sith. Jesus, I was just watching Ahsoka, so Siths are clearly on the brain. If you've got a nice Lady Sith appearance cover that you want to have shipped very quick and easy, wrap it in bubble wrap. I don't really suggest the pool noodle trick, but basically the pool noodle trick is to put pool noodles on each edge. You cut them up, cut them down the middle, and then put the pool noodle over the top, and that will allow you to protect all the edges of the book. Some people do that, some people don't. It is Are we good? All right. Sorry, it was frozen. Anything that hits that is going to make a big deal. If it hits the front of the book, yes, the front of the book is not close, but you might have 25-pound packages dropping from 10 feet, and it might drop just perfectly where the corner of that package hits the middle of your book. Wrap it in bubble wrap. Putting fragile on it, the post offices have said it does not matter. The machine does not read that it's fragile. It goes into a machine with everything else, or into a conveyor belt, whatever you want to call it, with everything else. And that is what it is. It's just, that's what it ends up breaking down to. So it ends up being unprotected to that one. So sorry, I'm getting a lot of freezing right now, so I do apologize. So the one thing I will say, don't ship your books like this. I'm going to get a really good example for you guys to see. This was an eBay purchase I had, and I'm going to tell you how much I spent, and then I'm going to show you the box. Hold on one second. All right. So I'm going to put the box right here for a minute. This is the entire run from Superior Spider-Man 1 through 33 plus the annuals. And I'm going to do a separate video on this because I want to make sure that I touch upon every little detail of this. But this is going to be the main video for this. And I touched about this when I talked about building that comic storage box back there earlier this week. But like, these are all minty fresh books. These are all very well protected. They're all very well made. There's not a single spine tick on a lot of these books. This one does have a couple, but again, it's an older book. I didn't pay astronomical prices for it. It was $250 for the lot, which breaks down to about $5 a book, I want to say. I'm a math teacher, so I should know that off the top of my head. It might be a little bit more than that. Ends up being 36 books, a little over $7 a book. Luckily, it was a gift. So let me show you how many books are in this box. Just to give you an idea of the weight of the situation, the gravity of how many books are here. These were shipped completely like this. I did not change the orientation of these. I did not change any of that. Honest to God. Didn't mess with any of that. Wanted to show you exactly how it was. Only thing I did was take them out of the wrapping. So, allow me to show you the wrapping. This might piss some people off. It pissed me off. Especially, again, this was a gift, but still I was not happy about this one. It was wrapped in these two pieces. One on the bottom with the sides protecting, and then one put on top. Not wrapped around the books, just basically stuffed on top. Top cover was exposed. And like, this isn't even bubble wrap. It's tissue paper. And then on top of that, you might have just seen it. On top of that, I'm not going to blow up this person's spot because I don't believe in that. I don't think it's right to sit there and blow up their spot for shipping. This could be a one-time thing. I don't know. I've never bought from this person before. And I honestly wouldn't have bought from this person if I wasn't trying to find a whole lot at once. This lot at $7 a book was way cheaper than any other thing I could find because most of these books are $10. It ends up about $300 to $400 for a full run. So not only minimal packaging, but that you have this issue. Wait for it. So that is mostly surface level damage, but I can stick my finger through there, meaning that whatever hit here got through to these books. So we take this out, we look at this, you look at the inside of the box. Obviously it did sneak through. Luckily, and this is massively lucky in my opinion, none of these books that were in that range of this were damaged. So like, this was a book that was right in the middle. No books on this, no spine ticks here from being pushed, and nothing from here from being pushed up against. So clearly it didn't move much, but come on. Like, you can't sit there and tell me that you're a top of the line 5-star seller and you're shipping books like that. Like, easiest way to do this: bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap. And don't just do that, but bubble wrap like every 10 books, 10 to 15. This is 33 books slammed up against each other in a box for days, getting shipped across the country, not knowing what they are. Like, this isn't you and me shipping these things. This is someone who's possibly never read a book before. Like, that's the case. The only other thing that really, I don't get this, I've never seen this before. Here's the book. Okay. Where does it open? On the bottom. Let me just show you. That's the bottom. I have never seen that before. I have never seen someone put a book in from the bottom and then tape the bottom shut. Do more people do this? Is this just me? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I slide everything down through the top. That's the way I've always seen it. Is that a northern thing? Is that, I don't know where these books came. Well, actually, I do. Let me check the label. Ohio. So not too far away from me. Is that a northern thing? Is that something that I should be like Like, come on, really? It's on the bottom of the book? Has anyone ever seen that before? I'm genuinely asking. Like, I don't understand why that is a thing, why that's the case. So I told you that I'd be giving the best solutions. Wrap this stuff up. Like, take a handful. If you can't carry them in one hand, you should not be wrapping them together. Flip over the front cover, or even what I usually do when I have this many books is I flip in the middle. That way, all of the covers are protected. You don't have just one book protecting all the covers behind it. You have a bunch of backs protecting a bunch of backs, or a bunch of backs protecting a bunch of covers, and a bunch of backs protecting a bunch of covers. You only have one cover in the middle actually touching, and like that shouldn't do much damage. If it does some damage, then it's out of our control. Like, that's, you shipped them the best you possibly could. Wrap them in bubble wrap them lengthwise, and then wrap them again sideways. Best way to do it, in my opinion, unless you're shipping in a mailer. If you put these in a mailer, if you only have enough to fit in a mailer, put them in a mailer, you'll be fine. Mailers are very simple. I don't even know why I have my headphones on, because I'm live, not talking with anyone else on the live. I actually need to get more of these. So this is a mailer. Very simple. Personally, I like Reptilian Overlords comics. Mailer is better. Check out my video on that. But put the books in here. Wrap them up. I usually tape right here. Close this. Close this. Everything is protected. There's so much cardboard here that is very well protected. You're not getting through this. You're not getting through this. If something dents this, something cataclysmic happened, and that's so out of your control. I have never seen a mailer come in completely out of control, damaged. These are very well taken care of. People don't try to fold them. It doesn't happen. So take that out of your mind. These mailers are very sturdy. The other type of mailer is one where it's in the center. Personally, I like these because then you can just kind of open the top here. And that's kind of what the Reptilian Overlord comics ones do. Again, check out that video if you've never seen them before or heard of them before. But this is a Gemini 2 mailer, very prominent. Basically, if you get this, again, put the books down in here, right there, slide them right on in, and then make them nice and tight. Again, tape here. If I was shipping this out, I would cut this tape. I'm not doing that right now. Take this, fold it over best you can. And again, these are meant to flex and ship up to like 15 comics. So if you do all of that, if you are able to make this as best as possible, you never, ever, 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 ever are going to see something like this. You know, like that's a slab that's damaged now. I can't sell that for full price. I'm not going to send it back to CGC. I'll try to sell it as is. No one wants it. It will stay in my collection until I'm ready to send it back to CGC. It needs a new label anyways. Maybe I'll even send it to CBCS. But like, that's what you end up getting from these slabs that just aren't well taken care of in the shipping process. What is up? How's it going? Good to see you, buddy. I had a good day today. So yeah, don't end up with a slab shipping nightmare. Don't end up breaking slabs. Make sure that you are putting these in the best case scenario. If all you have is a bubble mailer, don't do it. Take the bubble mailer, put the books in, and then put it in a box. That's great. That works. I've seen people do that before. They buy a bunch of bubble mailers. I have them back there. I've done it before for bigger shipments. You put all the books in there. You wrap the bubble mailer in either another bubble mailer or bubble wrap, and you get free bubble wrap all the way around. You can ask for those for free. They will ship them directly to you for free because you're then going to use their service. They think you're going to use their service to then ship stuff. So they don't charge you for the bubble mailer ahead of time. Then, on top of all of that, put the books in, put them in the box, ship off the box. If you use the priority mailer box, go right ahead. Use the priority mailer. It's perfectly fine. It's what I've done before. It's what I did when I was first starting to ship books for giveaways and stuff. I don't do giveaways much anymore. I don't think that they bring people to the new people to the channel. I think they are more that that extrinsic reward that basically just feeds into more people coming back only when you're giving something away. They don't stay for the long haul. And I've just never been a fan of that. AOK's perfect. And an AOK, if you are new to the comic community, that's an act of kindness where you send a book to someone who you don't know. Or not who you don't know, but who you just kind of, you're buddies with, and you're like, oh, this person would really appreciate this book. I'm going to send that to them. So that's an AOK. I've gotten AOKs before for people I don't even know. They asked for a shipping address from a buddy, said what they were doing. I wasn't totally on board with it, but I know that my friends aren't going to be giving out my information to people who they can't trust. Hopefully, it only happened once, so I handled it. Yeah, and then always ship in a bag and board. The only time I will ever ship without a bag and board is if it's something free. If it's one of those calendars, if it's something like a previews book, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna throw this in for you. Thought you might really appreciate it. I'd put it again. I'm not saying don't take care of it. I'd take the books that I'm shipping originally, sandwich it between a bag and a board, and then it's good to go. It's taken care of. I still can't get over this. Kate, have you ever seen this before? You collect comics. I know you do. Have you ever seen this before? What I'm seeing here is here's the bag and board, here's the book, and then on the back of the book, at the bottom, it's taped. So again, front taped to the bottom. Someone slid it in from the bottom up and put it in like that. I'm at a loss. The other thing, real quick, that I want to talk about, biggest thing that I've ever seen, the best way to protect books when you're storing them and when you're shipping them. This is a massive undertaking and a much bigger price tag to go with your books when you are shipping them off and sending them people. It's also a bigger price tag when you're just storing them. But Comic Clear has an amazing storage solution, amazing shipping solution, where they are plastic clear bags and boards. Well, clear boards, because all bags should be clear. Clear boards. And these clear boards are drop resistant, pretty much drop proof. So like if I were to take this, drop this on the ground and it hits the point, it's going to damage that corner. These ones, because the corner does not get damaged on the board, the corner on the comic also does not get damaged, which is absolutely amazing. So I can't give him a shout out enough. And Spider's Lair is going to be shipping all of his comics out, all 1,000, with a clear comic backer board. Mainly because of the way that he created the comic, where it's a manga comic and you flip from back to front. But also because the back cover is just as sweet as the front cover. So make sure that you go pick up one of his comics. Symbiverse.com. It's amazing. Everything that he has been doing lately. And if you can't find it, go to the link in the description. He is tagged in this, and there is a ton of stuff on how to get his book. He's been doing shorts and videos about it all week and all month pretty much. Make sure you go check him out. It is amazing to see what he's been doing with this, because this book is absolutely amazing. I've taken a look at some of the stuff that he's been doing, and honestly, guys, this book, as he has said, could completely change not only the independent comic market, but the comic market altogether. That it is beyond anything I've seen before. And I'm really hoping that he gets a huge backing for this, because this is going to be massive. Thank you guys for supporting the Comics Lounge. I absolutely appreciate it. And if you have not already subscribed, please go down and hit that subscribe button. If you're still here by this part of the video, I'm hoping that you're subscribing. And also, leave a like. If you're not watching this on the replay, make sure you leave a comment. I really appreciate when people give me some feedback on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, because I love all the stuff you guys say. I try to look at everything that you guys say, and I try to go back and reply to all of it. So thank you so much for being awesome fans, and have a great rest of your night and a great weekend, because it's Friday night. I hope you're out having fun. And if you're watching this on the replay, I hope that you're enjoying what you're seeing. Thank you guys for watching.